See, one of the issues that you might be struggling with, and I used to be guilty of this too, this is how I know. You want to be a perfectionist, right? So what that means is everything about you just must be perfect, or it's not right. See, you're the woman who will waste 6 months of her one life that she'll never get back just to overthink your brilliant idea and second guess your greatness. And then when you do finally decide to get started, you're going to take things out. You're going to put things back. You're going to get irritated and frustrated and have all this OCD because it's still not perfect. And then you're going to give up on it again. Then you're going to let 3 more months go by that you never get back just to overthink your brilliant idea and second guess your greatness. And don't forget, you only get one life and you're choosing to waste it overthinking. And then when you do finally decide to get started yet again, you're going to reset and restart, right? But before you start this time, what you're going to do is you're going to go ask 20 people what they think you should do with your business. And the craziest thing about all this is these people that you're asking, they're not even business owners. Half of these people aren't even people you would trade lives with. You don't look up to them. But for some reason, you care so much about what people think of you. You want to know why you care? Because you're insecure as hell. You're insecure. And then when they do give you their opinion, you listen. Next thing you know, a whole year has gone by and you ain't did shit but waste your precious, valuable time that you will never get back. Bless your heart. Bless your heart. You poor thing. Listen, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but sometimes that's just what I do best. And just know I'm going to hold your hand very tightly when I say this to you. Ma'am, you are not perfect at all. You are flawed. I am not perfect at all. I am flawed. Nobody is perfect at all. And every single human being is flawed. We are all perfectly imperfect. See, what you really are is scary. You are scary as hell. You're living in fear. And what did we say fear stood for on this live? On this live, fear stands for fuck everything and run. And that's what you've been doing. You have been running away from your brilliant idea, your $1 million idea for years, some of y'all decades. Because you are so fearful of looking stupid. You are so fearful of people talking about you. You are so fearful of failing. You're so fearful at sucking at something. And all of this fear that you refuse to let go of is the very thing that is stealing your dream life from you. The life where you have financial freedom. The life where you're walking in your purpose. The life where you have peace. Peace. This fear that you refuse to let go of is stealing that life from you. And you let it every day. And if you want to dig even deeper into why we hold on to all this fear in the first place, you want to know the truth? The truth is, it's because we are self-sabotaging. That's what all this is, self-sabotage. We are doing this to ourselves. That's why I keep telling you time and time again, you are getting in your own way. No, it's not your husband. No, it's not. It is you. You are holding yourself back. This is all self-inflicted. You're doing this to self. And the reason why we self-sabotage is because we have fragile egos. And your ego is terrified of feeling disappointment if you try something new, you put yourself out there, and if you don't get the results that you want. You are terrified of feeling disappointment. So you will self-sabotage to avoid that feeling of disappointment by making excuses. Saying things like, I'm too busy. You're not too busy. No, you're not. Let's just cut the crap. You're not too busy. No, you're not. That is a lie that you continue to tell yourself every single day so you can feel better about the poor decisions that you make. Because you have time to scroll social media all day. So how are you too busy? You have time to binge watch Netflix and Hulu. So how are you too busy? You have time to gossip on the phone with your friends, so how are you too busy? You're not. You're not too busy. But you will hold on to that excuse of I'm too busy, because if you let that excuse go, well, then that means now you have to do the thing that you've been avoiding doing for years. And if you lock in and if you do it, if you put yourself out there, if you post that video, if you launch that product, and if you don't get the results that you want, you are terrified of feeling that disappointment. So you will continue to self-sabotage and say, I'm too busy. No, you're not. You will self-sabotage by holding on to toxic friendships, toxic relationships, toxic families. You've known for years, deep down inside, that it's time to let those people go. They've been draining you for a very long time. They've been using you. They've been abusing you. They've been making you feel less than. But you will self-sabotage and hold on to those dynamics because you are terrified that if you let these people go, well, then who would I be without them? We've been best friends for 20 years. No. Y'all ain't been best friends. You might have been a best friend to her, but she won't one to you, because if she was, she wouldn't be draining you. You'll say things like, well, that's my man and I know he loves me. No, he don't. That's not love. That's not love. You will say, well, this is my family. I can't distance myself. We're blood. Why you can't? Why you can't? But you'll self-sabotage and hold on to these dynamics because who would you be without them? You're terrified of it. Well, I'm going to tell you exactly who you be. You want to know who you'll be? You'll be a very confident woman. That's who you be. Because now you don't have people in your life tearing you down and making you feel like you're not shit. Now you'll have your resources to invest in yourself because you're not giving them away. But you're so terrified of putting yourself out there and trying something new and not getting the results that you want, you will continue to self-sabotage and hold on to these people who drain you. But I am so confused. I'm confused as hell. Because earlier you said you were tired of living paycheck to paycheck. That's what you said. You said you were tired of dragging yourself to a job that overworks you and underpays you. You said you were tired of robbing Patrice to pay Paula. That's what you said. You said you were tired of being insecure. You were tired of always giving up on yourself and telling yourself what you can't do. That's what you said. But every day that you live like that is another day that you're still living in disappointment. Because there's still things about your life that you're not 1000% happy with. I'm trying to help you fix it. But we cannot fix it if we do not change. How can we stop living paycheck to paycheck if we don't have our business making money? If we don't bring more money into the household, you still gonna live paycheck to paycheck. How can customers buy our stuff if there's no stuff? They can't. They can't. How can we stop being insecure if we keep breaking promises that we made to ourselves? We can't. We can't. So, you are going to have to launch this ebook. And I need you to understand and understand that it will never be perfect. You can spend 20 more years on it. Go right on ahead. Waste 20 more years of your one life trying to make this ebook perfect. Go right on ahead. And I promise you, at the end of those 20 years, it will still not be perfect because you are not perfect. So it is impossible for you to make something perfectly. But here's the caveat. The more you do something, the better you get. The more content that you create, the better your content will get. The more digital products that you launch in the future, thank you, the better your digital products will get. The longer you run your business, the better your business will get. But it will still not be perfect. And I don't have to convince you Just look at the results in your own life. Believe it or not, you didn't always know how to walk and talk. But now you do that just fine. How? Because you consistently did it. You didn't always know how to read and write. But now you do that just fine. How? Because you consistently did it. You did not always know how to do your job or drive. But now you do those things just fine. How? Because you consistently did it. So why would your business be any different? It's not. The more you do something, the better you get. But it will still not be perfect. So stop trying. All of our favorite businesses that we spend our hard-earned money on today have gotten better over the years. Look at Amazon. Believe it or not, Amazon did not always have a fancy Amazon app. They were not always doing Amazon Prime. They didn't always have Prime Day where they were giving big discounts and sales. And they damn sure were not always doing 2-day shipping. Years ago, Amazon was only selling books to students in school. But the longer they ran their business, the better their business got. The more customers they got, the more ideas they started to have. The more ideas they started to have, the more things they started to release and launch. The more things they started to launch, the more customers they got and the more money they made. Then they were able to reinvest into the business and make it better. They started getting their own Amazon trucks. They started doing Prime Day and 2-day shipping, 1-day shipping, same-day shipping. They bought Whole Foods and they started doing shipping with Whole Foods. Now you can return your packages at Whole Foods. But it's still not perfect. We all still have complaints, right? Amazon is $1 billion business, not million. Girl, billion with a B. If $1 billion business had a messy middle, why do you think you and your ego get to skip all of that? You don't. No, you're not above the program. You will have a messy middle too. And you will still launch regardless. Okay?